coming out. I'd like to thank first of our guests for coming through, and also our brothers from far and wide coming back for Yam Upsilon. And it's an occasion that isn't one of somebody's passing. So I appreciate everybody coming out. I have the distinct honor of introducing our keynote speaker tonight. All of us that passed through Yam Upsilon have stories to tell. If we each came up here, we'd be into next week doing something. So therefore, we cut it short to pick one brother to come up and represent. Achievement is what Kappa Alpha Psi is all about. And our keynote speaker has been an achiever since his days at Gamma Upsilon and throughout his life. And he has attained the highest honor bestowed upon a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, which is the Laurel Wreath. So without further ado, I give you the one and only Carl Anderson.
God bless him, he needs it. Here's the brother Anderson, he's with us tonight. Oh, he's a jolly good fellow. Oh, he's a jolly good fellow. Oh, he's a jolly good fellow. And he wears a family speech short. Thank you very much, brothers. Since it's already been established that we are not a normal people, that makes it easier for you to understand some of my remarks. Well, first of all, good evening. Good evening. Every time Brother Richard Snow addresses the Kappa, he's our executive director, he always begins by saying, "It's good to be a Kappa." Can I hear that? It's good to be a Kappa. But I'd like to add to that and extend it just a little bit, especially for those who are in Gamma Upsilon. It's not only good to be a Kappa, but it's even better to be a Gamma Upsilon. Thank you to the young brother who has given us the sermon this evening. We appreciate it. To our esteemed brothers, Hallmark of Gamma Upsilon, Brother Justin Murphy, to all of the brothers here assembled. I don't know if we have any national or provincial officers, but if we do, to our distinguished national and provincial officers. To members of the Chicagoland area Gamma Upsilon News, brothers in Kappa, silhouettes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm particularly grateful for Brother Richard Miles's gracious introduction, and even more appreciative that he did not find it necessary to subject you to a presentation that would be longer than my speech. I'm deeply honored to be invited to share in the experience of this occasion as we lift up and celebrate both a vision and a reality, which speaks to the noble mission undergirding and sustaining our efforts ever since the founders assembled in 1911 and declared that henceforth achievement in every field of human endeavor shall be our goal. Brother Richard Miles and other members of the planning committee are to be commended for calling us together in this very special way to honor our heritage, highlight our accomplishments, and heed the call of the challenges ahead. It is equally significant that we gather on the eve of the 100th year since the founding of our grand fraternity, knowing full well that the vision and dreams of Elder Watson Diggs and the other revered founders who embarked upon this journey 99 years ago would be unrealized without the dedication, determination, and commitment of their worthy successors, you, the men of Kappa, to whom much has been given and from whom much is expected. It was on March the 4th, 1950, in the Rock Hill Baptist Church, located in a small college town called Carbondale, Illinois, at an institution called Southern Illinois University, that the Gamma Upsilon of Kappa Alpha Psi became a reality. At that time, 8 young men, Raymond Bowers, Robert French, Emmanuel Duncan, Harold Atterbury, Dal Mason, Emerson Jackson, John Robinson, Henry Warfield, and Milton Grooms, in the presence of chapter advisor Brother Joseph Doc Russell, expressed their solidarity with and commitment to the precepts and ideals undergirding the very foundation of the organization we embrace and revere, Kappa Alpha Psi. And it was on April 11, 1953, by way of the Gamma Upsilon of Southern Illinois University, that I too entered this very special bond. And at your very gracious invitation, I stand before you this evening, exactly 57 years, 3 months, and 5 days later, to proclaim that the passage of time has not in any wise diminished my commitment to the ideals for which Kappa stands. You see, for me very personally, and hopefully for all of my fellow brothers, Kappa has been and will continue to be a lifelong journey toward excellence. For some strange reason, I'm reminded of a brother whose name shall remain anonymous, whose wife went to the doctor, and upon returning home, she said to her husband, "You know, honey, my doctor told me that I have the breast of an 18-year-old. And her husband replied, "Your doctor told you that? Well, what did he say about your 65-year-old ass?" Whereupon she replied, "Your name didn't even come up." I made a pledge not to reveal the name of this insensitive brother who was involved in this particular exchange, but it's well to know that whenever the call to service is sounded in communities across the length and breadth of this nation, the names and deeds of the men of Gamma Upsilon rush to the fore. I am confident that the 8 charter members of Gamma Upsilon could not have imagined that the same noble vision and purpose which propelled their inaugural gathering in 1950 would continue to resonate and bear fruit some 60 years later, thereby adding and giving credence to the belief that a vision, a dream, a theory, or a notion in the hands of enablers becomes a new reality. This is not to suggest that the organization we highlight today is exactly as it was in 1960, but rather to point out that while the vision and mission remain the same, the new reality we witness today has been successfully nurtured and guided by a succession of enablers and leaders to reflect the demands imposed by new challenges, thus requiring new approaches in addressing these same worthy objectives. This, my dear brothers and friends, is an enviable record, which few organizations